Hello, this is David with Stupid Things People Do and what we can learn from them. Today we're going to talk about honor, purpose, and integrity, or at the very least Chipotle and some irony adjacent to their Food with Integrity campaign. And before we get into it, I should say I love Chipotle. They are my third favorite fast food chain. And this is a bit of a spoiler, but if you're going to associate with a company that markets itself as having anything to do with integrity, it's probably best not to go around knocking hats off of immigrants. Someone's about to learn that lesson. Meet Aisha Fidel. She's not the hat flinger. She's the victim, and since she's the victim, you can rest assured that is not her real name. As you may have guessed from the name, Aisha was an Arabic woman. And she, like many, donned the hijab. You'd think this was no big deal since this is America and you can wear whatever you like, whether it be a bikini or a burqa or something in between. Unfortunately for Aisha, an assistant manager decided to go with some kind of natural citizen, I'm a law unto myself nonsense. Aisha's dress style was offensive to his sovereign sensibilities, and so he took the opportunity to denude Aisha's hair, meaning he knocked her hat off. This was after about a month of harassing her about it. Of course, my joking aside, a hijab is way more than a hat or a scarf if you're a Muslim, and Aisha reported that issue to her shift supervisor, who did what anyone who's worked in fast food service has come to expect of shift supervisors. He blew her off. So she quit, but being a responsible woman who actually embodied Chipotle's ideals, at least she gave them her 2 weeks' notice. Now, time being of the essence, her managers acted quickly to, not correct the problem. What kind of show do you think this is? They initiated a retaliation campaign, ensuring that she got no hours and therefore no pay during the remaining time at the restaurant. Because if you're going to engage in discrimination, you might as well twist the knife. So normally this is where we talk about the Fire from Heaven nuclear solution lawsuit that blasted the company to the tune of millions of dollars. And that is exactly what happened with Southwest when they ran similarly afoul of their employees' religious beliefs. But here's the thing. Apparently that Food with Integrity thing isn't just talk. The chief corporate affairs officer got involved, making it clear that integrity means having a zero-tolerance policy for discrimination of any kind. And this actually proved true. According to their spokesperson, following a 2-week investigation, Chipotle terminated individuals involved. Unfortunately for Chipotle, that doesn't actually remedy the lawsuit, which is ongoing as of writing this. See, it's not just Muslims, but people of all straights who face potential religious discrimination in America. If bigots are willing to bully Muslim teenagers over conservative clothing choices, well, what happens when religious beliefs run afoul of even more deeply held ascendant zeitgeists? Because of this deeper issue, Aisha is pursuing the lawsuit. And that's probably a good thing. To quote the director of the EEOC, individuals should not have to choose between their sincerely held religious beliefs and their jobs. Federal law protects the rights of all workers to observe their religious practices free from harassment and retaliation. Muslim, Hindu, or Christian like me? That resonates. Some quick asides about a possible objection. Some people may point out, what the heck, it's just knocking off a hat. How did that turn into a lawsuit? Which, two things with that. Bullying is bullying, and bullies are always trying to diminish the severity of their actions, including at court. Which brings us to the second thing, which is Groff versus DeJoy. This is the thing those lawyers told me about. While they get really censory about my jokes, they're actually a really good source of information. Anyway, during Groff versus DeJoy, the Supreme Court pointed out that if an employer is going to invoke undue hardship to justify religious accommodations, the employer has to actually suffer undue hardship. Duh. Suffering a trivial hardship, such as not being able to stare at a Pakistani girl's hair, it's not going to count. This speaks to a line of defense some people use where they attempt to minimize the damage they caused, see aforementioned bully logic, while maximizing the hardship of accommodating a claim. Now, that doesn't mean that all attempts to minimize or maximize damage are done because bully, but in this specific situation, the managers did not accommodate Aisha's sincerely held religious beliefs, verbally and physically harassed her for those beliefs, and engaged in retaliation. So, like I said, the case is ongoing, but it's hard to fathom how accommodating a hijab poses any kind of hardship to the employer, so it'll be interesting to see what kind of defense they can muster. Anyway, thank you for listening, and I'll see you next time.